Luis Díaz is cooking at Bayern, and I'm not even trying to be dramatic. You know the type of run where a winger touches the ball once, the fullback panics, and you already feel the goal coming. That's been Díaz all season. And it's not only the goals, it's the way he's doing it. Non-stop sprints, non-stop pressure. He plays like he drank 3 coffees and then got told the match is a tryout. So, the real story isn't Díaz got better overnight, the story is fit. Bayern built an attack for wingers who live in one-on-ones, who attack space first, and who feed a number 9 who actually finishes. And if you give Díaz that setup, he's going to look like a problem every weekend. And yeah, this also shines a light on what Liverpool lost. Quick pause for the people in the back. Those who are not subscribers, you're basically watching this from outside the party. Jump in, we're talking real football gossip today. Alright, let's start with the move. Liverpool sold Díaz to Bayern in the summer of 2025 for around £65.5 million. And the funny thing is, Liverpool didn't sell him because they woke up and thought, you know what, he stinks. No, this was money and contract reality. Díaz had just come off one of his best league seasons, 13 league goals, big role in a title run the season before. He gave them pace, dribbling, and that chaos button you press when the game gets stale. So why let him go? Because Liverpool tried to extend him more than once, and Díaz didn't bite. The report said the two sides were far apart on wages and terms, and once a player starts looking at the door, you either cash out or you risk losing him cheaper later. Bayern kept raising offers. Barcelona were interested at different points, but they couldn't move like Bayern could, and eventually Liverpool said yes. From a business angle, I get it. From a football angle, it hurts. Because Díaz is 28. That's winger prime. That's not sell before the decline. That's sell while he's still a nightmare. Now, if you followed Díaz before Liverpool, none of this should surprise you. Porto is where he turned from exciting to reliable. Before Porto, he always had the tools. Quick feet, burst, confidence to take a defender on. But at Porto, he started using these tools with a plan. His runs got sharper, his finishing improved, his off-ball work went up another level. He joined Porto in July 2019 and stayed until February 2022. 124 games, 39 goals in all competitions. And the progression matters. First season in the league, he played 29 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. Not bad, but not scary. Second season, 30 league games, 6 goals, 5 assists. Still not the monster version yet. Then the final stretch, the switch flipped. In the 2021-2022 season, he played 18 league games and scored 14 goals with 5 assists. 14 league goals in a half season as a winger? That's not normal. That's the kind of run that gets scouts texting each other like, are you watching this guy or am I crazy? And it wasn't only Portugal numbers either. In the Champions League group stage that season, he scored against AC Milan at home and away. Those matches were a loud message. He wasn't only stat padding, he could hurt big teams. That's why Liverpool moved in mid-season. Now, picture Díaz walking into Klopp's Liverpool. High intensity, fast transitions, pressing that feels like a swarm, wingers asked to work like fullbacks, and attackers at the same time. Díaz fit that immediately. First few games, you could see it. He didn't look overwhelmed, he looked hungry. He carried the ball up the pitch, he drove at defenders, he tracked back like he took it personally. And he had those I belong here games early. The 2022 FA Cup final. That's the one I always go back to. He gets man of the match, and in that kind of pressure game, that's a serious stamp. He gets man of the match, and in that kind of pressure game, that's a serious stamp. He becomes a fan favorite because of his directness. He doesn't overthink, he runs at you. If there's space, he attacks it. If there isn't space, he tries anyway. It's annoying for defenders, and it's fun for everyone else. But let's be fair, Liverpool Díaz had a flaw. The finishing could be hot and cold. Some weeks, he'd score a ridiculous goal. Other weeks, he'd miss something you or I would score. And yes, I'm lying, but you get my point. Even when he wasn't scoring, his impact still showed. He stretched the pitch, He forced double teams. He created cutbacks. He kept attacks alive when they got messy. Liverpool even used him in different roles later. There was that period where he played more centrally and it actually worked. He wasn't only a touchline winger, he could attack the box like a second striker. Then life hit him in the middle of it all. He had a knee injury in 2022 that kept him out for weeks. For a winger who lives on sharp cuts and speed, that kind of stop-start is brutal. And in late 2023, his family went through a nightmare with the kidnapping of his parents in Colombia. I'm not gonna milk that for drama, it's real life. It changes your head, it changes your rhythm. So, by 2025, you've got a player who's given Liverpool big moments, who's still in his prime, but he also wants a new chapter. Liverpool want a contract extension. Díaz wants terms that match his status. They don't meet in the middle. Bayern show up with cash and a clear role. Done. Now here's the part people miss. Bayern didn't buy Díaz for vibes. They bought him because he fits exactly what they want. Bayern's attack is built around fast wingers who can beat their man and feed Harry Kane, and Kane is the cheat code here. If Kane drops deep, Díaz gets a runaway to attack the space inside. If Kane stays high, Díaz has a target for cutbacks and early crosses. Either way, Díaz gets rewarded for being direct, and Bayern also have another key piece, Olise, on the other side. So now, defenders have to pick their poison. Slide to help Díaz and Olise has room. Double Olise and Díaz gets isolated. Stay narrow to protect Kane and both wingers get space outside. That's why the chemistry of the front three looks like it's developing in real time. You can see them learning each other's timing, the runs get cleaner, the final passes get quicker, and Díaz also brings something coaches love, work rate. He presses like a man possessed. He doesn't jog back and point, he actually goes. He hunts the ball, he forces rushed passes, he turns normal build-up into panic. The effort is a big reason Bayern's press works, because pressing systems are built on trust. One lazy forward breaks the whole thing. Díaz is the opposite of lazy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but the Bundesliga is easier. Sure, some weeks it is, but Díaz has also shown it in big games, and that's the point. He's producing, and he's doing it with real volume. Not only one flashy highlight every month, and the goals come in different ways too. Early runs in behind, cutbacks, finishing at the back post, attacking rebounds, winning penalties because defenders can't handle his first step. The best part is, he looks like he's enjoying it, like he's been freed from overthinking. Now let's flip back to Liverpool, because this is where it gets spicy. Liverpool didn't only lose a winger, they lost a tempo setter. Díaz used to drag the team up the pitch. When the match felt flat, he would carry the ball 30 yards and force the defense to react. He made the game messy in a good way. Without him, the wide threat feels different, the pressure feels different, the transitions feel slower, and when your attack gets predictable, teams get comfortable, and when teams get comfortable, you stop scaring anyone. And that's why, even if the sale made sense on paper, it still feels like a football mistake when you watch him now, because he didn't decline, he leveled up. Now, let me be real, Díaz still isn't perfect. His finishing still has moments where you're laughing in disbelief. He'll score a hard chance, then miss an easy one, like the ball is allergic to the net, and his aggressive style can cross the line. He's already picked up a Champions League suspension after a reckless challenge. That's the risk with high-intensity players, they play on the edge. Sometimes they fall off it. But Bayern accept that because of what they gain. They get energy, they get directness, they get a winger who doesn't hide. So, the bigger lesson here is simple. Díaz's Bayern run is not a random hot streak. It's the result of a player who built himself at Porto, learned elite intensity at Liverpool, then landed a team designed to amplify his strengths. And the scariest part? The front three still look like they're getting better. And if you want proof this isn't only good vibes football, look at the moments. That early season match against Frankfurt where he scored after 15 seconds? That's not luck. Bayern win it, move it fast, Díaz attacks the space like he's late for class, and the net moves. Then, Hoffenheim in February, Bayern win 5-1. Díaz scores a hat-trick, Kane scores 2 penalties, and both penalties come from defenders grabbing Díaz because they cannot stay with his first step. What do you do when a winger keeps beating you? You foul him. Bayern says thanks. In the German Cup against RB Leipzig, he scores again after an Olise pass. That's the relationship. One winger pulls defenders, the other slides the ball. Díaz finishes. Simple, mean. And in the Champions League, he scored twice against PSG before the red card. Whatever you think about the sending off, 2 goals against the defending champions is a statement. Tactically, it's clean. Bayern keep him high and wide on the left. The fullback overlaps to pin the right back. Kane either drops to link play or stays as the target. Díaz then picks one of 2 actions: drive inside for the shot or hit the byline for the cutback. And because he repeats those actions, defenders start guessing. Once a defender guesses, Díaz is gone. And he does it late in games too, when legs burn, which tells you it's drilled, not vibes. So let me ask you straight, if you're Liverpool, do you regret selling him? Or do you look at the fee, look at the contract situation, and say, we did what we had to do? Because I'm torn. I understand the logic, but I also watch Díaz in a Bayern shirt, cooking fullbacks like it's a hobby, and I think, yeah, that guy was still worth keeping. And if Bayern keep getting this version of Luis Díaz, the rest of Europe better get comfortable. Not because it's going to be fun, because it's going to be long.